Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to beat the boss Spurned Progeny in Lords of the Fallen 2023. So this boss is a pain in the behind. It took me hours to beat it, and I got a little strategy here that I'll share with you. First phase, we're just going to focus on the smaller leg there, as the reason for that being it doesn't seem to attack in that area. It focuses more near the bigger leg, so we're going to just be focusing on his three main attacks. He'll raise his left arm up and swipe like that. It's pretty easy to get hit by it, so please watch out for it. He'll also do a slam there, and you can get a couple hits in, and then he'll also do like a ground pound attack there by lifting up that left leg first. You can get lucky and dodge into it, but I prefer kind of dodging away from that. After you've dealt enough damage, he's going to start throwing up lava there. So this is your chance to get a few shots in with your ranged weapon. You're going to have to go up high though, because that fire will kill you really quickly. So during this, we want to deal as much damage as we can with our ranged weapon. If you're using magic, it might be a little bit easier. I just use the cross or the bow there. And we're going to be dodging these attacks. Don't run from them, because he'll use some really annoying attacks. But with this one, you have to dodge it really quickly. This is 3 grabs, and then you can get a couple hits in there, but he'll mainly be doing like claws with his arms, which are pretty telegraphed and slow, so be mindful of those. You can do a perfect dodge to get a few extra hits in as well. Now with this, when he does that fire ring, you can get like 8 to 10 hits in if you're using quick weapons like the short swords where I'm using. This is really great because it's a cheap opportunity to deal upwards of a few thousand damage to him. This was my best run by far though, so you might need to do a few of them just to learn his attacks a little bit better. And never miss an opportunity to shoot some arrows at him, because that can add up in damage and it might mean you live a little bit longer. So I also like to use a bit of the holy salts there, because I found it did a bit more damage to him, and it's always just good to get extra damage in where possible, since he does do crazy high attacks. Now I am using a ring that will give him wither damage if I dodge perfectly, and I think that this is one of the best bosses to use that ring on, since you're going to be dodging his attacks often when you're up here. It'll get a lot of chip damage, which you can use your bow to get rid of, or any other type of ranged magic. Now it's really just balancing between these 3 areas and just dodging. I like to focus on his hand when I'm going for the attacks afterwards. I like to also focus on his body when I'm trying to dodge. I found that those were the 2 easiest ways to go about doing it. Now this range, or this 3-arm grab attack, is one of the main attacks we're going to be focusing on, since you can get a lot of damage in with that, and he seems to use it quite often. But I also really do like the attack where he uses the flame ring. Now for this one, we need to hide behind the little walls here. He does like a nuclear attack, so you just got to watch out for it, and just standing behind there will be good enough. If it's near the end where the lava goes away, you can run down and get a lot of hits in, but we'll just go for that ring of fire dodge again and get some more smacks on that hand. And you can see down the bottom, we're getting a lot of damage in there, 1600 damage. And again, just focusing on dodging, dodging, dodging. That is really the big thing with this boss, is he likes to do those attacks with his arms, and you can usually get a punish in. I find it's easier with his right arm, the bigger one there, as when he attacks with the left arm, he draws it back a little bit quicker. But I really like this attack. As annoying as it is, it scared me at first and I used to run away. But when you get good at it, you can get a couple hits in, and I found it was easier to dodge than some of these arm attacks. I got into a habit of just dodging right away from the arm swipes, because for some reason I just kept getting hit from them even if I was dodging it pretty well. There's a very tight window sometimes for these, so I recommend just focusing on, you know, doing damage when you can, but if you need to get away, all means necessary. And by this point, you should be getting close to lower health here, and what works best when you get down to here is just focusing on trying to bait out his attacks as much as possible, and then be mindful of the lava below, because you can return to phase 1, and that makes this fight a lot easier. So that ring of fire again gives you massive amounts of damage, so go crazy whenever he does that, because you can get some easy hits in. Now I fell into the lava. That was very unfortunate, and I did that a few times before, because the attacks in this game seem to swing you forward, so be mindful of your momentum going forwards. And I could have ended it all right there, because if I get hit with one of those fire attacks that he does, I would have lost all my health. I used a heal there, as I probably should not have, but I just really wanted to live through this because I was getting down to around here, and this was a quick attempt, but the attempts took around 12 minutes each, so it gets frustrating when you're doing that like multiple times because he just gets really lucky with some of these attacks. Now here is where he's going to do his nuclear attack, but pay attention where his health is right now. When he's roughly around here, he will do that nuclear attack, but then the ground will be cleared off. So you can go down and go right to him and attack. He stays down for quite some time, so you can get a lot of hits in. But then he turns back to phase 1 pretty much. So get as many hits as you can, but again, play defensive. You should not be putting yourself in danger of losing. But I was able to clear him out right there. So that's how you beat the Spurned Progeny in Lords of the Fallen 2023. If you found this video useful, please hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next video.